Hello, I'm Rachelle, and I'll be guiding you through a little slow flow today. Thanks for joining me. Come to a comfortable cross-legged seat. Start to ground down into the sit bones. Lift the heart, puff up the chest a little bit, lift the shoulders up, draw them back, and let them melt down the back. Let's bring the back of the hands onto the knees, gently straightening into the arms, not locking them. Bring the thumb and the index finger lightly to touch, just barely touching there. All right? Tuck the chin just a tiny bit, just to find length in the back of the neck. Close the eyes down. Start to inhale through the nose all the way down into the belly, filling it all the way up. On the exhale, empty every last drop of air, drawing the belly in and up to compress that last little bit of air out. And find a little pause between each breath at the top of the inhale and the top of the exhale. So imagine each breath, you're inviting this prana, this life force into your body. Instead of just being on autopilot and letting the breath fill a portion of the lungs, you're inviting it to fill the lungs all the way down to the bottom, and then to fill every part of your body, your legs, your arms, your back. Notice how it's easy on each exhale to soften around the jaw, the eyes, and the shoulders. And see if you can find that softening on the inhale as well. So we're just continuing to release tension on the inhale and the exhale. Bring your hands to your heart. Just take a moment to set an intention. Maybe it's just to stay with your breath or to stay present. Or maybe there's somebody you'd like to dedicate your practice to today. And then we'll come onto the knees. We're going to curl the toes under and sit back on the heels, opening up the arches of the feet. At the same time, we're going to stretch the wrists and forearms. We're going to bring both arms straight out with your thumbs facing down and your palms facing out. Cross your right hand over your left and interlace your fingers. Draw your hands in, up, out, and down. Continue softening the shoulders down the back, softening through the jaw. Continue inviting the breath into the arches of the feet, the jaw, the fingers, all over your body, inviting that breath in, and then softening on the exhale. Then seeing if you can soften on both the inhale and the exhale. And release your hands, shake them out a little bit. We'll bring the hands back out, arms straight, thumbs down, palms out, left over right, interlace. Draw the hands in, up, out and down, soften. Visualize the breath in the nose, down the throat, all the way down the spine, into the toes. Then use the exhale to soften. Then find that continuous softening. And release, shake it out. Now we're just going to come to standing at the top of the mat. With your feet spread so your feet are directly underneath of your hip bones. Toes are just slightly turned in so the outside edges of your feet are parallel to each other. And just see if you can feel where you put more weight on your feet. Like if you were leaving a footprint in that wet concrete, what it would look like. And imagine that you can get more of your foot on the ground. There's probably a little part of your arch that won't touch the ground, but imagine that it could, and root down into all the space on the feet. And see if you can really evenly distribute the weight across the feet. Imagine that your feet are pressing down and that you're trying to spread them apart, like you're spreading the mat there. And notice how that'll help your quads lift up. We're not trying to lock the knees at all. We're just trying to lift the quads up to protect the knees. And now just put a little bend in the knees, but see if you can keep that even distribution of the weight across the feet still. And now let your shoulders just kind of slump forward. Let your head slump forward too. Bend your knees just a little bit more. And then the inhale, lift everything up. Not straightening the legs all the way, but lifting the quads up, lift the heart up, start to roll the shoulders back. It's kind of like cat-cow. We're going to make the movement a little bigger each time. So we're going to exhale as we bend the knees and kind of crouch over, slide the hands down to the knees, press into the feet in evenly. Inhale, lift up, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, round out. Eventually, we're going to make it so we're curling into a tight little ball here and then coming all the way up. You can let your arms start to come out to the sides. So exhale, try to become as small as you can here, tucking everything in. On the inhale, get big. Maybe eventually your arms come all the way up. See how long you can hold on to each breath. See if you can find that little pause at the top of the inhale and the exhale. Maybe it feels good on your exhale to step the feet together and really make a tight little ball. And on the inhale, step your feet apart, open your arms and drop your head back. Imagine this expanding and contracting with each breath. Using the inhale to invite that prana into every little part of your body, all the way down into the toes, into the fingertips. One more time, make it big. Press into the feet evenly, slowly roll it back up. Arms and head stay heavy. Lift the heart, roll the shoulders down the back. Inhale the arms up. Squeeze the palms together, lift the fingers a little higher. Exhale, swan dive, lead with the heart. Inhale to lift up halfway, shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back. And just bring your hands onto your hips here. Press into your hips to shine the heart forward a little more. Find a little more length in the spine. It's okay if the knees are slightly bent, but maybe you can lift those sit bones up and back just a little more, lengthening the back of the legs. Pull the belly in. See where you can soften on the exhale. Now lower the booty back behind you. Reach your arms forward. And slowly sit the booty all the way down. Use the hands if you need to. We'll come into boat pose. You can grab the back of the knees or you can straighten the arms and the legs. Hug the legs together. Reach out through the balls of the feet. Pull the belly in. Lift the heart up. Find your breath. Now we're just going to lower the feet down and roll over onto the hands and the knees. Getting a nice tabletop here. Fingers are spread, hands pressing into the mat. Back of the neck is long. Reach back through the right leg. Toes point down and slightly in. Left hand reaches forward like you'd shake somebody's hand. Relax the shoulder and pull it back into the socket a little bit. Keep the back of the neck long. Now lengthen from heel to fingertips. And imagine this straight line that is your leg, your back, your arm, the back of your neck, lengthening out a little bit on the inhale. Exhale, round it out. Bring the knee to the nose. Maybe you grab the top of your head and help pull your head in a little bit. Inhale, reach out long. Press into your fingers and knuckles. Exhale, round it out. Remembering to find that little pause between the inhale and the exhale. Next time you're out, stay out. Keep that leg up. Reach the left hand back. Maybe you can grab onto the foot from the inside of the foot and then kick up into the hand. Keep rooting down into the fingers and the knuckles of that right hand, lifting the heart. See what you can soften on the exhale. Now release your foot and slowly reach it all the way out over to the left. Touching the toes down, pressing into the fingers and knuckles, shine your heart forward, and maybe you start to drop that right heel towards the mat a little bit. Slowly come back to hands and knees. We'll do a couple of big circles of the hips. Switch directions. Slowly come back to stillness in the center. Press into the hands, shine the heart forward. Reach the left leg back, flex that foot. Point the toes down and in, reach the right hand forward. Keep drawing the shoulder back and relax the shoulder. Now, like you're being measured from your heel to your fingertips, lengthen out. Imagine that nice long straight line becoming even longer on the inhale. Exhale, round it out, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen, invite that breath all the way down to the fingers and the toes. Exhale, round it out, maybe grabbing the top of your head to help pull the chin in towards the chest a little more. On this last one, keep your leg up, reach your right hand back, grab the foot from the inside to kick into the hand, or you can grab it from the outside too. Keep rooting into the fingers and knuckles, keep lifting through the heart. Keep using each exhale to soften anywhere you can. Slowly release those toes down, reach them out to the side. Right hand comes back down, toes touch down, press back through the heel. Soften. Slowly come back, hands and knees for a couple more big, slow circles at the hips. Switch directions. And slowly come back to stillness in the center. Curl the toes under and slowly lift up, downward facing dog. Keep pressing into your fingers and knuckles a lot. Let your head stay heavy. Draw the belly in and up. Lengthen out the spine. And then slowly start to drop into the heels. Maybe the legs start to straighten, or maybe you need to keep a little bend in the knees. Feel this pose starting to open the whole back side of your body. Try to stay out of your head by staying with each breath, using each inhale as an invitation to bring that prana into every little part. If you feel tension or you feel stuck, bring the breath there. And then the exhale, soften through the shoulders, the jaw, neck. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale to lift up halfway and exhale to fold. Shake your head a little bit. Softly draw your traps up away from your ears. Pull the belly in. Distribute that weight really evenly across your feet. And then slowly lift the right foot up behind you and shoot it up towards the sky like standing splits. Keep that right hip facing down towards the ground and start to reach the right foot up. Head is heavy, breath is deep. Try to keep your hips even by lifting the left hip and lowering the right hip. Soften through the neck and the shoulders. Slowly walk your hands forward like three-legged dog. Come up on your tippy toes. Exhale, sink into the left heel. One more time, inhale up on the toes. Press into your fingers and knuckles evenly. Keep your head heavy. Soften something as you exhale, sink into that left heel. Now bend the right knee and point it up at the sky. Now you're turning that right hip open and then trying to stack the hips. Head is still heavy. Pressing your fingers and knuckles evenly here. Softly drawing the traps out of the ears. Twist it open. Slowly come back, three-legged dog, and walk your hands back to that left foot like standing splits. And set your right foot down to meet your left. Lower your booty back behind you. Reach the arms forward and then up. Draw the shoulders back into the sockets. Pull your belly in. Lengthen the back of your neck. Soften on the exhale. One more inhale, lengthen, fill up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, shoot the left foot back behind you and then start to lift it up. Head is heavy, shake it out if you need to. Start to rock a little weight into your toes as you lift the right hip up and lower the left hip down. Lift that left foot up just a little bit higher. And then slowly walk the hands forward like three-legged dog. Come up on the tippy toes on the inhale. Exhale, sink into the heel. Don't forget to invite that inhale into any areas you feel stuck and find that little pause. Don't forget to soften somewhere on the exhale. Bend the knee, point it up at the sky, and twist those hips open. But keep the chest square to the mat. So if the left armpit's lifting up, lower it back down. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Twist open one more time. Slowly come back to center. Walk your hands back like standing splits. Set the left foot down to meet the right. Lower the booty back behind you. Reach the arms forward and then up. Sink into your chair. Pull the belly in. Lift the heart. Soften the shoulders down. Press into the feet evenly. Stand up. Find a little backward bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Come back to that intention. Close your eyes. Don't worry about whether you've been good at adhering to it. If it was something physical, like staying with the breath or staying present, just recommit to it. Lower the hands down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Grab onto your right wrist. Step your right foot behind you. Drop your arms over to the left. Soften the shoulders down the back. Soften through the jaw, the eyes. If your eyes are open, soften your gaze. Keep your gaze fixed on something, but not intently. Come back to center. Grab the left wrist. Step the left foot behind. Drop it to the right. Inhale, invite it all the way down to the bottom of the lungs, all the way out to the fingertips. Exhale, soften. Slowly come back to center. Lower your hands back behind you and interlace your fingers. See if you can get your palms to glue together. Then roll your shoulders back to shine your heart open. Find a little tiny backward bend. Press into the feet evenly. Lengthen forward through the crown, folding forward. Let the head be heavy. Shake it out. Reach the arms up and overhead. Maybe the palms are glued together. Maybe they've come apart. Rock a little weight into the toes. Lift those sit bones up and back. Soften the traps up out of the ears. Lower the hands down. Walk them forward into plank pose. And find a nice long line of energy here. Lower your knees down. Keep your hips stacked over your knees and walk your hands forward like puppy pose. See if you can get your forehead all the way down to the mat. See where you can soften on the exhale. See if you can find that continuous softening on the inhale and the exhale. Slowly come back up onto the hands. And then we're just gonna rock forward and lower the chest down. Keep the elbows hugging in, lower the chest and the chin down, and then flatten all the way down, untuck the toes. Reach the hands back behind you, interlace the fingers, maybe the palms glue. Roll the shoulders back, and then draw the hands back more. Press into the feet and start to lift the heart up. So feel both feet pressing down evenly, but trying to soften through the glutes in the back. Exhale to soften. One more inhale, press into the feet, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back to open the heart. Exhale, soften and lower down, hands under shoulders. Press it back to child's pose. Curl the toes, slowly lift it up, downward facing dog. Press into your hands a lot. Find length in the spine and then drop into those heels, maybe straightening into the legs. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, lift up halfway. Press your hands into your hips to find a little more length in your spine. Exhale, fold. Shoot the right leg back and then up. Keep your hips in line. Let's see if you can lift the right leg a little higher this time. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Traps are soft. Jaw is soft. Now bring that knee into the nose. Bend the left knee. Inhale, shoot it back up. Head stays heavy. Exhale, knee to nose. Round it out. Inhale, shoot it up. Press into that whole left foot, really evenly distributing the weight. One more exhale, knee to nose. Then slowly come to standing. Bring the knee with you. Straighten into the left leg by lifting that quad up off the knee. Lift the right knee a little bit higher. And now cross the right knee over the left and see if you can get your toes to wrap around. Bring those knees back to center, facing the top of the mat. See if you can sink in a little bit, softening that standing ankle and standing knee. Bring the arms out to the sides and slide your right arm under your left. See if you can get your palms to touch. Draw the elbows out and up, right in the center line of the body. Soften the shoulders. Pull the belly in, lengthen the back of the neck. Keep your gaze fixed and soft. Keep your breath deep and slow, finding that little pause. Slowly come to standing, lift the right knee up high. Reach the arms up high, squeeze the palms together, then cartwheel the hands down, shoot the right leg high like standing splits. Walk the hands forward like three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose and step it through like crescent lunge. Reach up out of the waist and sink in. As your right knee presses forward, your right hip draws back. Press back through that left heel a little bit. Reach up out of the waist. See what you can soften on the exhale. Now we're going to slowly kick off that back foot and step it up to chair at the top of the mat. Drop right into the heels. Press into the feet. Find that internal rotation of the legs. Pull the belly in, reach up out of the waist, but keep the shoulders softly melting down the back. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, half lifts. It helps press the hands into the hips to find a little more length. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to plank and lower through chaturanga or knees, chest, chin, baby cobra. Meeting back in downward facing dog. See if you can keep that one pointed focus on the breath, remembering to soften every exhale. Slowly walk the hands back to meet the feet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Shoot that left leg back and up. See if you can lift it a little higher. Head is heavy. Breath is deep. Little weight into the toes. Shoot that leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Bend the right knee a lot. Tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, shoot it back up. Exhale, round it out. Inhale, shoot it up. Exhale, round it out. Then we'll come to standing. Press into the right foot, straighten into the right leg. Hug that left knee in and up a little bit higher. And then cross it over the right. See if you can get the toes to wrap. Then draw those knees back to center and settle in a little bit. Softening that standing ankle, standing knee, arms out to the sides, left arm under right. Maybe the palms touch now, elbows out and up. Shoulders melting down the back, chin slightly tucked, belly is in. Gaze is fixed and soft. Breath is deep and slow. Finding that little pause to stay present, stay focused. Slowly come up, lift the knee up high, sweep the arms up. Cartwheel the hands down, shoot the leg up high like standing splits. Walk the hands forward like three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, crescent lunge, step it through. Reach up out of the waist on the inhale, sink in. Square the hips, use your inhale to lengthen and your exhale to soften. Kick off that back leg, step it forward into chair, sink into the heels, lower the booty, belly in, reach up, soften those shoulders down. Press into the feet, stand up, find a little backward bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Now lift the right heel right up into the center line, cup the toes with the left fingers, bring the right hand to the heart. Let that knee fall down and back. Press down into all four corners of that left foot, lifting the left quad up. Scoop the hips forward a little bit, let the knee fall back. Maybe you want to reach the right hand behind the back, trying to grab the big toe. You can just grab the elbow and start to work your way down. Scoop the hips forward again, let the knee fall back. Lengthen up through the crown, chin is slightly tucked. Exhale, soften the traps, the jaw, the eyes. Inhale, invite this breath all the way into all the parts, especially where you feel tension or stuck. Exhale to let that tension go. And now, slowly release, hug that knee in and up. Reach the right arm back, let the gaze follow. Draw the right knee across the body a little bit with the left hand to find a little twist. Exhale, soften, let something go. Slow motion, step the right foot back into crescent lunge. Arms reach up, left knee presses forward, square the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften. Now open it up, warrior two. Spin that right heel out and down. Open the hips towards the long edge. Press the knees straight out over second toe. Get the arms parallel to the ground. Press down into all four corners of both feet. Gaze over the left fingertips. Squeeze your fingers together. Your thumb can stay apart. Relax the shoulders, the jaw. Gaze is fixed and soft. Find that little pause between the inhale and the exhale. Turn the palms to face the long edge of the mat and then turn and twist the arms to the left elbows touching the knee. Guide the left knee open a little bit with that left elbow if it's trying to collapse in. Gaze up at the right hand, chin is in close to the shoulder, soften through the shoulders and the traps. So find a little length in the back of your neck. Press down into all four corners of the feet, scoop the hips forward towards that long edge of the mat. Find that maximum wingspan. Soften something on the exhale. Roll that right shoulder back to twist the heart open towards the sky. On the inhale, we'll come all the way up to reverse warrior. Left knee doesn't move at all. Keep it pressing straight out over the second toe. Left hand reaches up. Exhale, cartwheel, hands down. Shoot the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips. Head stays heavy. Breath stays deep. Twist it open. Come back, downward facing dog. Inhale up onto the tippy toes. Ripple forward into plank and lower through chaturanga. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Shift your gaze up between your hands, bend your knees, and walk or hop to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up. Find a little backward bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Lift your left heel up into center line. Cupping the toes with the right hand. Bring your left hand to your heart. Feel the right foot rooting down, even through that arch that's not touching. Imagine pressing it down as the right quad lifts up. Scoop the hips forward. Let the knee fall back. Lengthen through the crown. Soften through the eyes, the traps. Gaze is steady. Remember to find that little pause. Let something go on the exhale. Slowly hug that left knee in and up. Release the left arm to reach back. Let the gaze follow. Draw the knee across the body with the right hand. Find a little twist. Exhale, soften. Slowly step back, crescent lunge. Sink in, square the hips. And slowly open it up, warrior two. Press the right knee straight out over second toe. Press down into the feet, especially the outside of that left foot. Soften through the shoulders and the jaw. Find that maximum wingspan. Turn the palms. Turn and twist the arms. Right elbow touches right knee. Use it to guide that right knee open if it's collapsing in. Gaze up at the left hand. Soften through the shoulders. Right fingertips reaching down a little more. Left fingertips reaching up a little more. Scoop the hips towards the long edge. Roll the heart up towards the sky. Soften somewhere on the exhale. Inhale, reverse it. Right knee stays deeply bent. Cartwheel hands down. Shoot the right foot up and back. Three-legged dog. Bend the knee. Open the hips. Really twist open. Keep the head heavy and the chest square to the mat. Slowly come back, downward facing dog. Inhale onto the tippy toes. Ripple forward into plank. Optional vinyasa or just meet back, downward facing dog. We're going to lower down to the knees and come into a child's pose. Keep your knees and your feet together if you can. If you can't get your forehead to the ground with the knees together, then spread them as wide as you need to get the forehead down. Press into your hands just like down dog to see if you can lengthen the spine and press those sit bones back towards the heels. And then soften through the heart, the traps, the jaw. Come back to your intention. Holding on to each breath as long as you can and finding that little pause between. Recommit to that intention for the second half of practice and slowly come back up, downward facing dog. Press into the fingers and the knuckles. Soften through the traps. Even in down dog, your gaze is fixed and soft. Belly's drawing in and up. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Shoot the right foot back and up like standing splits. Now turn the right toes out towards the long edge of the mat, opening that hip. Press back through the heel. Get that leg parallel to the ground. And then roll that right hip back. Now peel the right arm up towards the sky and try to stack the shoulders. See if you can get your upper body a little bit higher so your torso is parallel to the ground, just like that right leg. Roll that right shoulder back as you roll that right hip back. Lengthen from heel to crown. Slowly lower the right hand back down. Let the head be heavy. Shoot the right leg up a little higher like standing splits. Walk the hands forward like three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through, warrior two. Left heel spins out and down. Press the right knee forward. Inhale, reverse it. Cartwheel the hands down. Shoot the right foot up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips. Come back, downward facing dog. Inhale onto the tippy toes, ripple forward into plank, optional vinyasa. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, shoot the left leg up. Head is heavy, breath is deep. So flex that foot, press back through the heel, and then turn the toes out to the side. Still flexing the foot. Press back through the heel, get the leg parallel, and roll that left hip back, trying to stack the hips. When you feel balanced, peel that left arm up. Try to stack the shoulders. Find a little more length from your heel to your crown. Soften anywhere you can. Roll that left shoulder and left hip back. Slowly lower the left hand down. Head is heavy. Leg shoots up just a little bit higher. Hands walk forward like three-legged dog. Exhale, brings your knee to your nose. Step it through, warrior two. Right heel spins out and down. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, cartwheel hands down. Shoot the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips. Head stays heavy. Come back, downward facing dog. Onto the tippy toes, ripple forward. Optional vinyasa. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Shift your gaze up between your hands, bend your knees, walk or hop to the top. Inhale, lift up halfway as press your hands into your hips, find a little more length. Exhale, fold, empty every last drop to fold just a little bit more. Inhale, reverse swan dive, come all the way up, find a little backward bend. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by your sides. Lift your right knee up. See if you can interlace all 10 fingers underneath that foot. So see if you can get your whole wrist under there. Press down into all four corners of the left foot to lift the left quad up and then kick out through your right heel. Draw the toes back towards the face. Lift the heart, roll the shoulders back, lengthen through the back of the neck. Find your breath and kick through the heel just a little more. Exhale, see if you can soften anywhere. If your leg is straight and you want a little more, bend at the elbows and start to bring your forehead down towards your knee, tucking your chin to your chest. Keep kicking out through the heel. Slowly release, come up, hug that knee in nice and tight. Peel the right arm back, let the gaze follow. Slowly step back, crescent lunge. Open it up, warrior two. Bring the left elbow onto the left knee for extended side angle. Reach the right arm straight up and then reach it up alongside the ear to make a half of an X with the whole right side of the body. Press the left knee forward. Guide the left knee open with that left elbow if it's trying to collapse in. Gaze up at the right hand. Soften that shoulder down out of the ear and reach through the fingertips. Inhale, reverse it. Left knee doesn't move. Cartwheel hands down. Shoot the left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, open the hips. Come back, downward facing dog. Inhale onto the tippy toes, ripple forward into plank. Optional vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Shift your gaze up between your hands, bend your knees, walk or hop to the top. Inhale, lift up halfways. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, reverse swan dive, inhale all the way up, be big. Exhale, hands to heart. And hands down by the sides, root down into the right foot, lift the left knee up. Interlace those fingers underneath. Stay right here if you like. If you feel ready, kick out through the left heel, draw the toes back, lift through the heart. Soften through the shoulders, feel the right foot pressing down and the right quad lifting up. Soften on the exhale, find that little pause. Maybe bending at the elbows, tucking the chin to the chest, pulling the forehead down towards the knee. Slowly come back up, bend that knee, hug it in nice and tight. Peel the left arm back, find that little twist, and then step the left foot back like crescent lunge. Open it up, warrior two. Bring your right elbow to your right knee, reach the left arm straight up and then over. Pinky spirals down towards the ground, feet are pressing down. Use the elbow to guide the right knee open as you roll the heart up towards the sky and soften that left ear out of the shoulder. Reach through the fingers. Find a little length in the back of the neck. Inhale, reverse it. Right knee doesn't move. Press it forward even a little bit more. Heart with the hands down, shoot the right foot up and back. Three-legged dog, bend the knee, open the hips. Come back, downward facing dog. Inhale onto the toes, ripple forward into plank. Optional vinyasa, meeting back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right foot up high. Exhale, bring the right knee to the right armpit and hold here. Shoulders stacked over wrists, back of the neck long. Find your breath. Slowly lower the right knee to the right wrist and kick the right foot out to the side like pigeon pose. Wiggle the left toes back a little more. Lower the left knee down. Walk the hands back with the hips. Puff up like a pigeon. Sink into that right hip a little bit. And then keep the length all the way up through the crown as you walk your hands forward. Bring your forehead all the way down to rest. Slow the breath way down. Invite that inhale right to where you feel the tension. Fill it all the way up. Exhale, soften, releasing that tension. Remembering to pause. Coming back to your intention. Recommitting for the last 20 minutes of practice here to make each breath really count. Slowly come back up onto the hands. Roll onto the right hip. We're going to bring the left foot all the way up and around. We're going to try to stack the knees here. If this one's hard for you, you might have to rock forward onto the hands to try to get the knees together. And then rock back. You might have to slide that right heel out away from you a little bit to get that left sit bone down. So we're trying to get the knees touching here, but it's all right if there's space. Imagine your legs are shoelaces and you're trying to tighten that knot, maybe pulling the feet back a little bit to try to get the knees a little closer together. Now bring the thumbs right to the center of the arch in the foot and press into this pressure point here. Lengthen up through the crown. And you can stay right here. You can start to fold your upper body forward. Remembering to soften on each exhale. Remembering to find that little pause. So we're gonna do one more hip opener. This transition you might find a little tricky. You might need to come into it a little different way. We're just gonna slowly rock forward onto the hands, trying to bring the knees down to the ground now, and walk the feet out to the sides just a little bit. And then we're gonna come up onto the knees, like kneeling here with the knees crossed. And then we'll try to level the hips out by rooting down into the knees. If this is enough, you can just stay right here. Otherwise, inhale the arms up overhead. Grab the right wrist and drop your arms over to the left. Keep sinking down into the knees and the shins. Soften the shoulders, the jaw, the eyes on the exhale. Slowly come back up. Grab the left wrist. Drop your arms to the right. Slowly come back up. Lower your hands. Unwind your legs. We'll do a couple of those big, slow circles with the hips. Switch directions. Slowly come back to stillness in the center and lift up, downward facing dog. Sink into those heels a little more. See if you can lift those quads up and press them back a little bit. Head is heavy, traps are soft. Lift the left foot up high. Exhale, left knee, left armpit, shoulders over wrists. Hold here, draw the belly in and up, keep the back of the neck long. Drop the left knee to the left wrist, kick that foot out to the right. Wiggle the right toes back, lower the right knee down. Walk the hands back to the hips and puff up like a pigeon. Keep the length all the way up through the crown as you walk the hands forward. Bring the forehead all the way down to rest and settle right in. Slowly come up onto the hands, roll to the outside of the left hip. Sweep the right foot all the way up and around to stack the knees. Maybe needing to rock forward into the hands a little bit to get those knees a little closer. Maybe needing to slide that left foot out away from you a little bit to get the right sit bone down. Press those thumbs into the center of the arch of the foot, right on the outside of the foot. Inhale, lengthen, stay here, or exhale, start to hinge forward. Invite that inhale right into that tension spot. You know right where. Fill it all the way up and then take a little more air. Find that pause. Exhale, soften there. Let it go. Keep your gaze steady and soft or your eyes closed. Seeing if you can remember to return to your intention in every pose or every breath. Slowly come back up. And then we're going to bring the hands down and bring the knees down. And then come up to that kneeling, pressing down into both knees. Oh, we forgot to walk our feet out to the sides a little more if you can. And then come up onto the knees, bringing the hands to the hips, settling in here. Trying to square the hips to face the front and to get them at the same height. Staying here or inhale, arms up, grab your left wrist, drop your arms to the right. See what you can soften on the exhale. Stay with your breath. Slowly come back up, grab that right wrist, drop your arms to the left. Slowly come back up, lower the hands down, unwind the legs, big slow circles with the hips. Switch directions. Slowly come back to stillness in the center. Then we're going to come up to kneeling. Spreading the knees as wide as the hips. Bring your hands to your low back with your fingers pointed up. Wrap your elbows back there a little further, open through the heart. Now press your hips forward, drop your head back. Find a deep supported backward bend. You're using your hands to press your hips forward. You're lifting through the heart and then softening through the neck, the shoulders, the eyes. On an inhale, slowly come up. Bring your knees together. Lower your hands to your knees. Tuck your tailbone all the way under and then a little bit more and then tuck the chin all the way to the chest. Inhale, shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, round it back into that, compressing all the air out. One more time, inhale, shine the heart forward. Exhale, round it out. Come back up onto the knees, spread them as wide as the hips. We'll do 2 more sets of camel. If you're going to start to walk the hands down the thighs, maybe your fingers point down then. Wrap the elbows back there a little more. Press the hips forward, lift the heart. Maybe you start walking the hands down the thighs, reaching for the heels. Maybe you just grab onto one heel and lift the opposite arm up for counterbalance. Drop the head back. Keep pressing the hips forward and lifting through the heart. Soften the shoulders. Find your breath. Find that little pause. On an inhale, slowly come up, knees together, hands to knees. Sit back on your heels, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, tuck everything in even a little bit tighter. You can stay right there or you can find that little wave-like motion as you shine the heart forward on the inhale. And exhale, round it back. One more time. Slowly come back up onto the knees, spread them as wide as your hips. Hands to low back, press the hips forward, lift the heart. Maybe grabbing that opposite heel now and reaching the opposite arm up. Hips scooping forward, heart lifting up. Let something go on the exhale. Inhale, slowly come up, knees together, hips to heels, hands to knees. So your knees are together and your heels are together. Now grab the heels with your thumb on the outside. Lean back just a little bit. Tuck your chin to your chest and curl into a tight little ball, trying to touch your forehead to your knees. Trying to touch the top of your head to the mat right in front of your knees. And roll forward onto the top of your head. Pull on your heels. Soften through the shoulders. So lift the hips a little higher. Breathe into that space behind the heart and fill it all the way up. Use your exhale to soften through the jaw. And slowly come back up. We'll sit onto the left hip and just sweep the legs out in front, bringing both feet flat on the ground. Reach your hands forward. Slowly roll back onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Tuck your chin a little bit. Let your left leg go long on the mat. Reach your right arm straight up to the side, perpendicular to the body. And use your left hand to guide the right knee all the way across the body, maybe all the way down to the ground if you can. And gaze out over the right hand. Relax your shoulders, soften your gaze, or close your eyes. Recommit. See how long you can hold on to this breath. Find that pause. Letting go of some of this tension in your body on the exhale. Slowly come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Tuck your chin a little bit. Let your right leg go long. Hug your left knee in. Extend the left arm out to the side. Guide the knee across the body. Gaze out over the left hand. And really make these last couple breaths count. See how long you can hold on to them. Slowly come back to center and hug your knees into your chest one last time. And then let your legs go long on the mat. Spread your feet as wide as the mat. Let your toes fall open. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. One last time, find that little bit of length in the back of the neck just by that slight tuck of the chin. Feel the weight of your head and your shoulders. Give yourself permission to really let go. See if you can find that continuous softening on the inhale and the exhale. And then see if you can let go of trying to make that happen, but still feeling it happen, letting it happen. Invite a deep inhale through your nose all the way down into your toes. Let it fill up your entire being with this prana, this life force. Let it awaken you. Let it start to bring a little movement back into your fingers and into your toes. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, lengthen out, arch the back. And slowly roll over onto the right side. See if you can commit to staying with that intention a little longer today, even after we're finished here. When you're ready, slowly come back up to a seat. Root into the sit bones. Find that nice tall spine. Soften through the shoulders. Inhale the arms up. Squeeze the palms together. Lift everything up. Exhale the hands to heart. Head bows to the wisdom of the heart. Lift the thumbs to the space above the eyebrows and take a moment to thank yourself for showing up. The light in me honors and sees the light in you, and we are in that place. We are one. Namaste.